The years of the Russian Civil War, 1917 through 1922, were tumultuous and offered opportunity for some. Not everyone benefited equally. As much as the workers' parties tried to extol, human nature, power, and greed was ever present. Gleb was an astute man. He had found the right coattails and declared his allegiance for the right people. That's why he was in this position of power. But even he had a hard time keeping up with all the political machinations happening in Russia and its surrounding states. There were a multitude of declarations made, people trying to take advantage of their people's unrest and use them to prop themselves up. The Ukrainian Bolsheviks had established power in Kharkiv, only to be opposed by Ukraine's Central Council. He didn't expect the council to last long. One worrying fact for him was the formation of the White Army, a volunteer army whose goal was to resist the Bolsheviks and ultimately oust them. Gleb had work to do to infiltrate, undermine, and prevent more people from joining them. His signature was on the orders sent to the Checha's district offices: find and subvert the White Army by whatever means necessary. Dmitri was enjoying the feeling he got when he read those words. In the army, he had been discouraged from taking prisoners. Feeding them was trouble enough. Splitting their food rations even further was not something anyone wanted. This order was much more direct. It left the how very much in his hands. All he had to do was find any glimmer of a lie and unleash the power he so wanted to. It was all in the way you asked the question and followed it up. Catching people contradicting themselves was satisfying. You could see the flash of panic in their eyes as they realized what had just happened. This was the perfect time to make some notes, let them stew in their lie for a while, come back the following week and bring them in. His first important mission was in the south of Russia. He was sure he would leave a mark there. Grigor was growing weary. He'd barely had time to settle in when the knocks on the door from party officials, both Bolshevik and White Army, left him disillusioned. What grain they had taken from the fields that year had already been reallocated. There was nothing more to give. In fact, there was more to give. Grigor had managed to set aside a small piece of dirt to fill their personal stores. They had barely enough food for the family to get through the coming winter. He had to keep that food a secret. Not everyone in the general vicinity could say the same thing. Not to mention, he knew the officials would come back. They always did. Cheap here. Welcome to episode 2 of my Let's Play with Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the Crescent concession map. And yeah, thanks for hanging with me today. I love to see you come check out some of the things that I'm doing and what I've got in mind. So we didn't get very far in the first episode. Really just kind of set the stage, and hopefully the story's making sense. What I'm gonna do today is try to get this road graveled, and then lay out the where the city's going to start, and if we have enough time, some of the farming that's going to go on over in this area. So I don't want to start. I don't want to do this first section just yet. Well, because of the fact that it'll cut off importing everything that we need to import, and primarily what we need is some gravel. I don't know that this particular first section here is going to be a big deal to like is going to need more than 6 or maybe even 9 tons of gravel, but at any rate, yeah, we'll deal with it when I get a little bit more gravel in there. Right now we're only populating all of our storages that we will use for construction of our actual construction offices, which will be on the other a good ways on the other side of the town. I just wanted to do that so that we had, excuse me, a proper setup for construction offices, a good solid setup that was going to allow us to build the city and some of our other industries that we're going to want to have. And as I said before, we will be focusing on the food. We'll begin with the crops. I don't know that we're crops, food, alcohol, meat, and down the road we will likely do electronics as well. But for in the short term, I don't know that that's going to be a huge priority. We will get there, but yeah, I don't know if it'll be right away. So yammering and really not getting a whole bunch done right now. So let's start with the city now. Where do I want the city now? I want to be able to expand on our city, so I don't want to really limit myself in terms of building stuff one on top of the other. Built crossways before and put all the stuff in the middle, and I think, to start with, that's not a bad plan, but going further and further with everything, building out from there is something that you want to be able to do. You don't want to necessarily box yourself in. So I just noticed something here because I was actually planning on, can we do gravel here without having to flatten the ground? Doesn't look like it, does it? Oh, I can right down there. Get a reasonable source. That might be the best place to to get gravel from, which is going to be right in the somewhat in the way. I mean, maybe it's not bad to start with that. So something to think about for sure. That's an option. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna start planning the city out. I think doing our crosswise plan it's not it is good. Okay, let's get into where exactly I want the center of town to be. Let's try right there. Just going out with the dirt roads to begin with. We'll get the rest of it going. I saw a node here. Yeah, there is one. Okay. We'll get the CO planned out. Probably next episode it'll be up in this area. Probably. I'm not sure which side of the road, but anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my standard. Here's how I start. Now, I don't want to put the residential in first because I want to get all of our support, except for schools and kindergartens, in first. Planned out first. So it's probably time to let this run so that we can actually get our storages filled. I should have done that earlier. So yeah, like I said, I don't know that I'll put the residential in because what I'm thinking is we have centralized in here all the things that we need to support a city. That allows us coverage for the different things. And then we can build the residential out from there and then kind of hop up to the next level, build another little support center, and then residential around it, and then have the schools and kindergartens, and probably orphanages on the outside as well. So I don't want to get into the same problems that I had with respect to crime that I had in my last playthrough. So, okay, food and shopping. We need... yikes. This is all new to me. Small shopping center. From a starting perspective, it's probably not. The only problem with that one is the fact that it's only got 2 tons of meat storage. Not the best. Well, let's start with... We got to start somewhere, don't we? And I hooked it up to this road because we'll be providing from this direction everything that we need here. Okay, shopping. Got that done. We're going to need a... We're going to need a pub, an alcohol kiosk, 24 people. This is more of a pub kind of idea. Yeah, so we'll go with the pub in the center. Oh man. Well, I got the first one straight, but I certainly didn't get that one, did I? Let's see if we can get that sorted out. I'm sure I can. Okay. I just assumed because I had just selected this that it would pop out straight, but not quite. So we're looking at pretty close to 3. So something like that. When I say 3, I mean the 1, 2, 3, the squares. I'm trying to give myself enough space to allow for footpaths and accessibility. So, and not have everything all piled one on top of. Culture. What do we have? We have a cinema. Oh, whoops. Kind of got a little carried away there. And now you'll notice that I'm not initially putting the... I wonder where this guy's going. Putting the... oh, I know what's going on. I forgot all about... Shoot. Auto search. Yeah, turn that off. We're just in weird. I'm just in planning mode right at this point in time. The last thing I want to do is actually commit to some of these things because they're probably, I'm going to get to a point where I've forgotten something, and I before I start doing the buildings, I like to have the infrastructure in place to deal with these things. This is roads, so I don't know that I want them working on buildings, all that kind of stuff. Suppose we could have those dealt with, but yeah, I think that's fine. Roads, no buildings, footpaths, yeah. Reconstruction, and let's get all of that stuff dealt with. I'm gonna... Just to make sure, I'm going to suspend this. And I hope you turn around. Yes. Okay. And you as well. Nothing. Okay, good. 6 tons. Oh, they've taken a load of gravel up there already. Shoot. Oh well. Hopefully they bring it back or they keep it on there. Anyway, the little things you forget at the start of a game. Okay, so we were just talking about some culture. I think we were going to place this one. Okay, everyone's going back. That's good. And we'll need some sport. What are the options here? We have the indoor pool. Not too much steel. But we do have a bunch of research that needs to happen before we can get to some of that. See, this sport hall has far more steel needed than our indoor pool. This is bricks, gravel, and concrete. Of our building, we're looking right in there. Oh, something else that I wanted to mention as well. Yeah, so I don't think the sound was very good in my first episode. My voice in particular sounded like I was speaking down a hollow tube, and just really wasn't very clear. I just wanted to give a shout out to Hala. He gave me a little tip on a program that I'm using now, and it's making the setup of the voice much more improved. So let me know what you think, if you think it's better or if you think it's worse. Would love to hear what your thoughts on that were. So, okay, we're good for our the absolute basics. We have some emergency stuff going on now that we need. We have a doctor, small clinic. I don't know if we want to mess with a small clinic. It's a pretty big. Yeah, we need the modernism. This is. Oops, what did I do there? Hospital proper, hey? Wow, that's something. Well, the other option is to have these clinics. I think that fits a little bit better with the early start, and then if we do these so that we have kind of two of them in kind of this area, I think that's going to whoa, there is a road. Man, I'm really not paying attention here, am I? Okay, let's I want to use that one. I'm going to need to flip it around. Let's get this facing. I think we face it that way, because my idea was we're going too wide with these support buildings. To like 1, 2, and then there'll be a road here, so we can do the same thing on this one. And actually, I want this like that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And whether we build them both to begin with, I'm not sure, but we shall see. So, fire stations. What do we got? I don't think we're going to need something huge, especially off the get-go. But we will need one for sure. Just make sure there's enough space. We want people to be able to walk here. Okay, there's the fire station. Kindergarten, schools, and orphanages will plug in after. University. I typically go with a technical university to begin with. Because of the things that we need off the get-go. So I'm going to continue. Well, you know, maybe it makes more sense to try the oh, yikes, that's huge. It's way bigger than I wanted it to be. Shoot. We don't need something that size. That's for sure. Well, I think I'm going with the technical university route. Okay. Crime and justice. Now, let's we're 19 minutes in. I don't when I'm planning, I don't really want to do the jump cuts, but once we get stuff planned out and we're going to do building and moving on from there, we will be dealing with that. Police station. Whew. Yikes. Six. See, that's just not... This is a little bit better, but still. Yeah. Well, let's see. This is going to be a learning experience, right? Okay, and our police station is now in. The courthouse and prison, and I don't think we're going to need to have them in place right off the get-go, so we'll plan for them later on. But we definitely... Whoops, that's a prison. I don't want to go there. Oh, we have to research secret police before we get there. Okay. City accounting office. Don't know that it's that important right now. Okay. Let's yeah, we don't need to deal with much there. I think we're looking at planning out the rest of our water situation. Yeah, let's see what has to. Well, let's see what we can put in for buildings. Yeah, these are pretty tiny. There's only the one that I can pick from right off the get-go. From the large ones. And from a period perspective, I don't know that it's appropriate to go with anything that large. Yeah. They've all got roads. I'm just going to frame this all in. So that I know where I'm working from. Probably do the same on this side. Sure about what I'm going to do at this end for Crossroad, but we'll see. I'm still trying to make my mind up if I'm going to put all of the gravel right there. I think that's a pretty good idea, but I just got to get my head around what I want to do with that. So, yeah, we need some build or apartments now. I'm kind of tempted to go with the smaller size, only because I haven't worked with them before, and this just seems, you know, so much larger. And I think actually what I've done is I've used those buildings before, and I don't know that I want to repeat myself right off the get-go. 110, 60 tons of bricks. That's a fair chunk. Mind you, this is 98 tons, so excuse the cough. I got a little tickle in my throat here all of a sudden. Excuse me. Okay, let's see how this shakes out. And now I'm sneezing. Excuse me again. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Okay, well, that from a distance perspective seems to work out pretty good. Like, just spacing wise, I'm talking. I tee this and flip it around. Try to get these lined up. That would be most. That would let OCD me relax a little bit. Not that I get too worked up about scenario, but it's definitely something that I like that. Okay, where are we going here? Cloning. So I want to copy this. Okay, that works. And somewhere in this area, eh? This tool actually, if you're working with flat ground, works quite well. Where you get into some of the even ground is where you it'll start to have problems. Okay, so there, that's starting to look pretty good now. Okay, we're doing well here now. We've got the gravel. This is about as far as I'm going to take this today. I'm going to get this started. Maybe put in a little bit of. I was going to get more gravel, so we'll let him get the gravel. Let me put in the bypass roads that I will need once I get started with this. Yeah, I think that will work. Those are just temporary roads. Okay, this guy is coming out now, and then I should be able to... Whoops. Get this and this done. So let's get you. Yeah, you've automatically right. I left them on auto search. So cool. They're getting going. We're at 28 minutes. So yeah, I'll set this up to let me know when we're done. And actually, I think I will need to assign these guys as well. And we'll get you doing the other one once you get to that point. Okay. All right, so what is... these are our buildings. Look a little bit crooked to me. Yeah. Huh. Shoot. They're just off a little bit. Oh, well. It is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna just go with it. I don't want to mess with any more of that. So, water, yes. And we'll start with placing our, where are we here? Treatment. Water substation. I'm pretty sure I want to have one per block of buildings, apartments. I really don't like that place there. That's where our excuse me. Oh, we've only got the one message anyway, so that's good. Yeah, that's where we've got our pathway, something that's going to allow them to get up this direction, or maybe we put it across the street. I'm not 100% sure. Make a decision. Maybe it is not a bad place to put it. Yeah. If I can get it in closer to the building, we might be able to get a footpath through there. And I wasn't really considering putting it on the outside because these four will provide water for the inner part as well, so I won't need to put any of the is it substations? Yeah, the water substations on the inside. Now, let's get some sewage. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to happen right away, because we might end up just collecting everything that we collecting or delivering everything that we need. So let's try this just on the other side of the road, which means I should probably put this in so I don't paint myself into a corner, right? We all know that if you don't put the road in first, you are going to regret that. Okay. Well, we've got all the gravel, and I thought I assigned one of our... do we not have... Yeah, get people from the customs house, right? Thought I assigned these, but I obviously did not. Nobody's going to work. Oh. Lost road connection. No. Should not have. In a minute. Let's see. What have I done? Should have access to that. I don't get it. Okay, let's get rid of this little piece right there. I'm just going to try this. I am not 100% sure why it thinks it's lost that road connection. Let's try this again. Run. Road 1 edition. Road 1 and Road 2 have access. Why don't... Mind you, these are passenger horses. I don't really understand. Okay, well, that may be something to to mess with another day. Up to 35 minutes. Why don't we put a little bit of electricity in place and the electric substations and put a bow on this episode. Okay, definitely covers that. Want to spin that around. Want it to block the potential of and as soon as I said that, I did it. Okay, let's try this again. Got the first one in the right place, but I did not get the second one in the right place. There we go. Okay, and that should have us covered for electricity issues. Okay, cool. All right, gonna call that an episode here. We'll get into some more planning next week, and hopefully I can figure out why this road situation is as it is. Oh, they can't pick people up from the... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll have to... Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Yikes. I don't know what I'm going to do for that now. Well, we'll see. I can get that sorted out. But anyway, thanks for taking time out of your day to spend part of it with me. Appreciate that. hopefully we've taken a big enough step forward here, and let me know what your thoughts are on the sound and anything else going on here. Cheers. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye now.